What's up, guys? It's me, Cavalli, and I'm back for another video. Hi, did you guys miss me? Cause I missed you guys too. I have been gone for such a long time, but I'm here. I'm back, gracing you with my beauty, my essence. Today, I just say let me come on here and give you guys a story time. Yes, this story time will be the first time I fought. I'm not usually a fighting type. I press charges because things are hard and we need to make money. So I'm not gonna be fighting you. I know we're not gonna do that in 2023, especially at my grown age. I'm not 23. I'm going down in age. So I just wanted to come here and talk about, first time I fight. So grab your popcorn, grab your weed, grab whatever, grab your man or your woman. I was in primary school and, all the time, um, I was a very young Christian boy. I was very into church. We never was, we always thought fighting was wrong. You should not fight, especially fight girls. I'm sorry. But it happened. And, it was just wrong to fight all around. And I was never into fighting. I was always into books and studying and stuff. I was very much geek growing up. I'm still a geek. Yeah, I'm still much. I was gonna say something. I don't know what's coming over me right now. But yeah, I'm still a geek. But when I was younger, I was much of a big geek. That's all I really knew. Like going to church, going to school. That was basically it. There was no such thing as partying or having little outing. Well, I mean, I was in elementary school. Obviously, Cavalli, where would you be going to party? But. So, I have this friend. She was also my next door neighbor, and she was my bestie. When I tell you my bestie, she was everything. We were always top of the class. Like it's either me or her. It was never anybody else. Well, yeah, there was two other persons who was trying to compete with us, but it was only me and her. First, we always used to compete, like first or second, first or second. Like that was our positions and stuff. So we became really good friends with that, and like it was like just a little cute banter within the family, with her family and my family, because we were always going like a competition to see who's gonna come first, who's you know and a lot of times she would beat me and then sometimes I would beat her, so it was always like this competition, right? But it was fun. She was more taller than I was, and let's give her name, we're gonna call her Cookie. So Cookie was much taller than I am. She was more experienced, even though we were the same age. So she was more that, and I was more like shy, meek, just there in my little books and all that. Even though I was, and behind closed doors, I was such a, you know, I remember lover. So there was this one time, we were something happened. I don't really want to get into that part, but something happened where like there was a miscommunication from my mother to her mother, and it made it seem like there was drama there. No, like I said, our family on a whole was never into drama, so we were like trying to stay away from it. But I remember that since that there was tension between my family and her family, it was kind of like obviously that she would have tension with me too, which I found it to be very like stupid, because I was like, that has nothing to do with us. But yeah, she chose to have that type of tension with me as well. We were going up to school one morning, and like I normally would wait for her to go to school together, and I she didn't, she wasn't there. So I proceeded to work, and one of our other friends who would normally live higher up the street would come down sometimes, and wait for us and so forth. And then all of a sudden, I saw her coming on the street behind me, Cookie. So me and Cookie, we went up and we spoke to our other friend, and then she was starting to talk about the situation within our families, and I was like, well, that's not what really happened. Anyways, fuck that, let me tell you what really happened. So what happened was, I live on an island, right? Yeah, y'all know. So we normally have like chickens and stuff around our islands, like wild chickens and so forth. And my mom really hated that because um the chicken would basically cause a mess all over the yard, and she really hated that. So one day my mom you know, there's a saying that says like if you put too much salt in a food, that could cause the chicken to die. I know. Oh my gosh, I don't want y'all to think like, oh, my mom is a terrible person. She is not. She's the most beautiful and sweet person you would ever meet. But she just really hated to have chickens and stuff in her yard. So she was like, she cooked some rice and she put extra amount of salt in it and fed it to the chickens and they died. Not little chickens, like grown ass chickens and stuff. And like, I think one of the chickens was all of a sudden the neighbor's own, which like, y'all don't even care about the chickens anyways. Like they come over in everybody's yard and just shit everywhere. So anyways, so that was the problem and that's where the problems lied. But my mom didn't know that the chickens belong to them. Basically. Cookie proceeded to tell my other friend the situation and the story, and you know me, like I didn't know how to really stand up for myself, so I was kind of like scared, and I was like, oh shit, like I don't know what to do, and I'm just there like so feeling so awkward, and she just kept going and trying to make it seem like we purposely did it when we didn't, and all this type of shit, you know. So we walk in to go up to school because our school wasn't far at all, and I was talking to my other friend. I was just telling her, like, you know, like, Cookie, we met up with other people. So we had a large group going up to school. And, like, I was just talking to my friend on the side. I was, like, saying, that's not really what happened. My mom didn't know. You know, she's lying. You know, I was telling my friend that because behind closed doors, I was very sassy, sassy boy. You know, I was giving everything that I was giving. And I was like saying, like, yeah, she lied, like she tried to make up stories, blah blah blah. I can't really stand her. I really don't like her right now. I was saying everything underneath the sun, right? Out of school and everything was good. Everybody goes to class, we in the same class. All three of us was in the same class. So we just sitting there talking and stuff. And I'm like the story kind of sort of spread throughout the class, and it was all because of Cookie, of course. She started to talk about that, make it look like I was to blame. And I was like, Cookie, how am I to blame? I have no idea. First of all, keep your chicken on your side of the yard. So she was like, yeah, 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 yada, yada. And then I was like, um, that don't, I was kind of getting irritated about it. So whenever she would leave, I would turn to my classmates and I'll be like, what she's saying is not right, blah, blah, because I was scared. I was scared. She was, like I said, like tall. She used to fighting and all that stuff, all that stuff. So I didn't really want to, you know, fight her at all. She would leave. I would talk to my other friends. I would tell them the situation, and they'll be like, "Oh, for real?" And I'm like, "Yeah." But knowing us as kids, we are very two-sided. So we obviously they would have gone back and tell her. So during break time, they proceeded to tell her, but I wasn't there as yet, right? And then I came up the stairs, and she was like, oh, I have to deal with you. And I was like, what? But I'm scared. My heart was like, boop, boop, boop. Like, hold on now. I, I don't want to fight you. So, what's going on? So she was like, I heard that you were saying all the talking shit about me and about this and about this when y'all knew y'all killed my chicken and stuff like. Girl, I was like, no, I didn't say anything about you. How dare you? And I was like sucking on like a sucker bag. I don't know if y'all know what a sucker bag is, but it's like juice within a bag and you put it to freeze and you suck on it. Yeah, so I had that. And she was like, yeah, I want to fight you right now and all this type of stuff. And she was getting really upset. But then I was like, I noticed something in me and I was like really starting to get upset and angry as well. And I was like, well, hold up, sis. Like, I was sucking on my stuff while I was talking to her. She was like, take it out of my mouth. And I was like, no, I'm not. And then she just pulled it out. I was like, oh, child, I'm scared. I want to fight. I want to fight for some. If I fight, my mom's going to whoop my ass. So I don't want to fight. Nothing like that. She was like, wait till after school. We going to fight. I was like, I don't want to fight. She was like, yes, we will. And we went back to class. Like, everybody knew what's going to happen. Like, everybody waiting to see the fight at the end of class and so forth. And like, I remember just sitting there like being so scared, like, I don't want to fight. I look like fighting you? Like, that is so crazy to me. So she was like, yeah, we're gonna fight, I don't care what you said, blah blah blah. After school, we was getting ready to go home, and I was talking to my friend, and I was like, I can't believe it, she really want to fight me. Like, I was talking to a friend who was, we were really close. So let's call her Za. So me and Za was really close, like really really close. That was like my other best friend. We had a lot of best friends in school, and like, I was telling her like, okay, let's walk with you because Za could also fight, and Za is, you know, same type of height, same type of thing with my other bestie. So I was like, Za and Cookie fighting for me, be luxury. I don't need to fight. So so we left and we started to walk, and I was like really scared. And I was looking back, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to fight her. And we live in the school, right? And then she came out, and she was like, where are you running to? I'm right here. Come fight me and stuff. I was like, I don't want to fight you. So she started walking up with her other friends because, oh, the other friends were messy. And like, I was like, why y'all want this? And so they was like, yeah, you have to fight because you're lying on her and all this stuff. Mind you, they don't even know nothing, but they want us to fight, right? So I was like, I don't want to fight. So she stopped putting on her bag and she started pushing me and stuff. And I was like, I was close to Zah, so I thought Zah would have done something. Zah did nothing. So I just stood there. So I had to pick up, and I was like, okay, I started getting angry too. And I started pushing her back. And I was like, what you talking about? Like, you're not going to fight me. Because we're not going to fight. Because I don't fight. I press charges. At the time, I didn't know that. But yeah, so she started to hold me in my shirt. And I started to fight with me. And I started fighting back. And all of a sudden, I noticed, wait a minute. I'm beating up. No shade. I don't condone fighting girls now. But back then, it was a normal thing. So I was like, wait, I'm fighting her. Like, I got the advantage. And all of a sudden, I felt like I was still scared, but I felt like, oh my gosh, I was winning. And in front of everybody, too. Oh, beautiful, right? So I was like fighting and fighting. And then her brother was walking up because he went to the same school. He was older, of course, and he was much bigger. And then I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And he came and he like pushed me and he pushed her. And I was like, what y'all fighting for? And blah, 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 blah. And then he came up to me and he was like, why are you trying to fight my sister? I was like, she's trying to fight me. And that was it. But after that day, like, I was not even scared of her anymore. Because we ended up fighting a few times after. Because, we were kids. That's what normal kids do. And I was like, oh, well, she ain't as scary as I thought she was. So, yeah. Yeah, that is the story, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope, you know, it makes your day better. And I'm going to see you guys in another video. I'm going to see you guys in another one. Bye.